Fatherhood Unfiltered, navigating the chaos, embracing the joy. Welcome to the BlackCEO Podcast, where we dive deep into the hearts and minds of visionaries who are reshaping our world. Today, I have the extraordinary privilege of sharing insights from my recent interview with Small World, a true game changer whose impact on making our planet a better place is nothing short of revolutionary. Small World's innovative approaches to global challenges have not only inspired millions, but have also paved the way for a more connected, compassionate world. Their work reminds us that even the smallest actions can ripple out to create monumental change. Now let's dive into a topic that's close to home for many of us, fatherhood. But buckle up, because this isn't your typical how to be a good dad talk. We're about to embark on a journey through the uncharted territories of modern fatherhood, where the map is often unclear and the terrain can be treacherous. Have you ever felt like you're walking a tightrope while juggling flaming torches, all while trying to look cool and collected? Welcome to fatherhood in the 21st century. It's a high wire act that many of us attempt. But let's be honest, sometimes we're just one wobbly step away from tumbling into the abyss of dirty diapers and sleepless nights. But here's the kicker. What if I told you that the very challenges that make you want to pull your hair out, if you have any left, are actually the secret ingredients to becoming not just a good father, but a legendary one? That's right. Those moments when you're covered in baby food, haven't slept in what feels like years, and can't remember the last time you had an adult conversation. Those are your superhero origin story moments. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another talk about overcoming challenges? Hasn't this horse been beaten to death, resurrected, and beaten again? I hear you, but stick with me, because what I'm about to share isn't just another motivational speech that'll have you pumped for about 5 minutes before reality comes crashing back. This is a roadmap drawn from real, sometimes messy, always authentic experiences that can help you not just survive fatherhood, but thrive in it. And the best part, it works for relationships and personal growth too. It's like a 3-for-1 deal, and who doesn't love a good bargain? Throughout my conversation with Small World, 3 crucial pillars emerged that form the foundation of not just successful fatherhood, but a fulfilling life: emotional awareness and expression, building a robust support system, and prioritizing health and well-being. Now, these might sound like they came straight out of a self-help book your partner sneakily left on your nightstand, but trust me, when applied, they're more powerful than your favorite power tool. And yes, that includes the leaf blower you insist on using at 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Let's start with emotional awareness and expression. In a world that often tells men to man up and hide their feelings, embracing our emotions can feel about as comfortable as wearing skinny jeans to a buffet. But here's the truth bomb. Small World dropped on me. Understanding and managing our emotions isn't just helpful. It's absolutely crucial for effective parenting and personal growth. Imagine this scenario. You're a father feeling the weight of providing for and protecting your family. The pressure builds day after day until you feel like a pressure cooker ready to explode. Anxiety creeps in. Anger bubbles just beneath the surface, and you start to question your adequacy as a parent and partner. Sound familiar? This was the reality for a father I'll call John, whose story Small World shared with me. John was drowning in emotional turmoil, his stress levels through the roof, feeling like he was failing at the most important job of his life. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of bottling it up or lashing out, John took a different approach. He started journaling, pouring his thoughts and feelings onto paper. He reached out to trusted friends, opening up about his struggles. It wasn't easy at first. Vulnerability rarely is. But the results, they were transformative. By practicing self-reflection and seeking support, John didn't just manage his emotions better. He revolutionized his approach to fatherhood. His anxiety decreased, his emotional well-being improved, and suddenly the home environment shifted. It wasn't just John who benefited, his entire family felt the positive ripple effects of his emotional growth. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, that's great for John, but I don't have time to journal or chat with friends. I'm too busy being a dad. And that's where our second pillar comes in, building a support system. Small World emphasized that creating a network of support isn't just a nice to have, it's essential for navigating the challenges of fatherhood and life in general. This isn't about being weak or needy, it's about being smart, strategic, and setting yourself up for success. It's like having a pit crew for your life. And let's face it, we could all use a quick tire change and refuel now and then. Let me tell you about Mike, another father whose story resonated deeply with me. Mike was the quintessential do it all dad, juggling a demanding career with his family responsibilities. From the outside, he looked like he had it all together, but inside, he was crumbling under the weight of isolation and burnout. Mike was like a one man band trying to play a symphony, impressive but ultimately unsustainable. Mike's turning point came when he realized that trying to do everything alone wasn't just unsustainable, it was impossible. So he took a leap of faith and joined a parenting group. He started reaching out to relatives for advice. He even tapped into online resources for tips and strategies. It was like watching a solo artist join a rock band. Suddenly, the music of his life had depth, harmony, and a killer backbeat. The result? Mike went from feeling like he was drowning to feeling like he had a life raft. He learned time management techniques from other busy dads. He found solace in sharing his struggles with people who understood. Most importantly, he realized that asking for help wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a sign of strength and wisdom. But here's the kicker. Building a support system isn't just about having people to turn to when things get tough. It's about creating a network that elevates you, challenges you, and helps you grow. It's about surrounding yourself with people who inspire you to be a better father, partner, and person. Think of it as assembling your own personal Avengers team, minus the spandex and world-ending threats, although a toddler's tantrum might come close. Now, let's talk about the third pillar that Small World emphasized, prioritizing health and well-being. And I know what you're thinking. I barely have time to sleep, let alone hit the gym or meditate. But hear me out, because this might be the most crucial piece of the puzzle. Meet Tom. Tom was the kind of dad who put everyone else first. His kids' needs, his partner's needs, his work responsibilities, they all came before his own well-being. Sound familiar? We often wear this kind of self-sacrifice like a badge of honor. But let me tell you, it's a badge that comes with a heavy price. And I'm not talking about the cost of your gym membership you never use. Tom's wake-up call came when he found himself constantly exhausted, irritable, and struggling to keep up with his kids' energy. His effectiveness as a parent was declining, and his joy in fatherhood was fading. It was a harsh realization. By neglecting his own health, he was actually compromising his ability to be there for his family. Tom was like a smartphone running on 1% battery, functional but not for long, and certainly not performing at its best. So, Tom made a decision. He started small, going to bed 30 minutes earlier, swapping out one unhealthy snack for a piece of fruit, taking a short walk during his lunch break. These weren't massive changes, but they were consistent. And over time, they added up to something transformative. It was like watching a wilted plant slowly come back to life with just a little water and sunlight. As Tom's energy improved, so did his patience. As his physical health got better, his mental resilience grew stronger. He found himself more present with his kids, more supportive of his partner, and more effective at work. By taking care of himself, he became better equipped to take care of others. Tom went from running on fumes to being a well oiled machine, ready to take on whatever fatherhood threw his way. Now, I can see some of you nodding along, maybe even feeling a bit called out, and that's okay. The truth is, we're all works in progress. The journey of fatherhood, of relationships, of personal growth, it's not a straight line. It's a winding road with ups and downs, twists and turns. It's like trying to assemble IKEA furniture without instructions. Confusing, sometimes frustrating, but ultimately rewarding when you finally figure it out. But here's what I want you to take away from this. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth. Every obstacle is a chance to become stronger, wiser, more resilient. The hurdles you're facing right now, they're not there to break you, they're there to make you. They're your personal training program for becoming the superhero dad your kids already think you are. Small World's insights reminded me of something crucial. We have more power than we realize. We have the power to shape our emotions, to build our support networks, to prioritize our well being. And in doing so, we have the power to transform not just our own lives, but the lives of those around us. It's like having a superpower, but instead of flying or shooting lasers from your eyes, you're creating a legacy of love, strength, and resilience. So I want to challenge you. Yes, you, the one listening right now, maybe while juggling a million other things. I want you to take one small step today towards emotional awareness. Maybe it's taking 5 minutes to journal or having an honest conversation with a friend about how you're really doing. It might feel awkward at first, like trying to dance at a wedding after a few too many drinks.
but I promise it gets easier with practice. I want you to reach out and strengthen your support system. Join a group, call a family member, connect with other parents online. Remember, asking for help isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's like having a GPS for life. Sure, you could try to navigate on your own, but why make the journey harder than it needs to be? And finally, I want you to do one thing today to prioritize your health and well being. Take a walk, eat a healthy meal, go to bed a little earlier. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be consistent. Think of it as investing in your own personal maintenance. You wouldn't let your car run on empty, so why do that to yourself? Because here's the truth: the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the journey to becoming the father, partner, and person you want to be, it starts right here, right now, with the choices you make today. It's like planting a tree. The best time to start was 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought: you are capable of more than you know. The challenges you face don't define you, how you respond to them does. And with emotional awareness, a strong support system, and a commitment to your well being, there's no hurdle you can't overcome, no road you can't cross. You're not just a dad, you're a force of nature, capable of weathering any storm and coming out stronger on the other side. Remember, this isn't just about surviving fatherhood or relationships. It's about thriving in them. It's about creating a life that fills you with pride, joy, and purpose. A life where you're not just present for the big moments, but fully engaged in all the small ones that make up the tapestry of family life. It's about writing a story that your kids will be proud to tell their own children someday. So, as we conclude this talk, I want you to ask yourself, what's one thing I can do right now to start this journey? What small step can I take today that my future self will thank me for? Because the truth is, the life you want, the father you aspire to be, the relationships you dream of, they're all within reach. And they start with the choices you make today. I challenge you to step up, to embrace the chaos, to find joy in the journey. I challenge you to be vulnerable, to seek support, to prioritize your well being. I challenge you to rewrite the script of what it means to be a father in today's world, because you're not just raising children, you're raising the future. You're not just building a family, you're building a legacy. Make it one that echoes through generations, that inspires and uplifts, that changes the world one small act of love at a time. So go forth, fellow fathers, partners, and human beings. Embrace your emotions, build your tribe, take care of yourself. Be the change you want to see in your family and in the world. Because when you do, you're not just changing your own story, you're changing the story of everyone whose life you touch. Remember, the world doesn't need perfect fathers, it needs real ones, authentic, vulnerable, and committed to growth. It needs you exactly as you are, striving to be better every day. Now, go out there and show the world what real fatherhood looks like. It's messy, it's challenging, but oh, is it beautiful? And trust me, it's the adventure of a lifetime. Thank you